I'm Terry Murphy for the Women's Wisdom Network, Realty Times, Women in Business, Women in Real Estate in the Men's Room with Murph. And today we're talking about recruitment. Everybody's talking about quiet quitting. They're talking about finding the right people for the right jobs, and quite frankly, the investment it takes to build a team. And today I've got a dynamic team. They are in Texas. Of course, everything good is in Texas. And they're here to tell us a little bit about one of the most innovative ways I found to attract people to whether or not they fit for the team, and whether or not they're a member, they should be a member of an ongoing team. And today we have with us Jamie Taylor and Kara. And Kara, talk to us a little bit about your background in recruiting and in business and management.
So I've led sales teams for the last 20 years. Big part of our process is hiring and employee retention, keeping up with that. And we run top teams and made it happen.
And I know that you and Jamie recently joined forces to create a new dynamic in the real estate area. Tell us, Jamie, a little bit about where you are and what you've been doing.
Absolutely. So we're in the Houston area, and teams have been a big name in our area for quite some time in Texas, and it's growing throughout the nation. And what we found is that on a traditional team, the growth of the team would happen, yet it would kind of filter out. And so we have built a different team model that operates like a brokerage, but is built like a team, where all of our agents are in our office every day. So it's a very collaborative atmosphere. We operate out of a bullpen, and we're very hands-on with our agents. We're both coaches, real estate coaches nationwide. And so it allows us the opportunity to take an agent who doesn't have a whole lot of direction, give them the ability to do all sides of a transaction. So whether it's buy, sell, lease, and help walk them through that process while maintaining what a team would provide. So your back-end support system. So there's three things our agents do. They lead generate, they go on appointments, and they write and negotiate offers. Outside of that, we take care of everything else on the team.
Yeah, and I know how formidable that really is, because as a coach for Workman Success, and you just recently got a promotion on coaches, if I recall.
I did. I'm a senior coach now.
You're a senior coach right now. And so that tells us that, you're moving up the ladder. And one of, I think, your super strengths, besides Kara, is that you're able to really break things down to its smallest element. We tell people, especially in management, Kara, I'm sure you understand, we'll say, be happy, do this, and be on time, but we never figure out what's behind it. And the systems and the strategies are what entrepreneurs need today. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
So some of the systems that we share from the Workman Success team are what you're going to be able to leverage to the people that get to work with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And so in retrospect, one of the issues we always have with teams is that they understand that the team is the team. It's not one person using someone else to make more money, but so much to help them design life instead of life by default. And so the challenge that we have as coaches or as leaders or as management is how do we communicate that value proposition? And you talked about it briefly when you said that we make people come into the office.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about why, as a senior coach, why the accountability factor and the support factor are part of the value proposition.
Absolutely. An agent they need to come in, they need to know what to do every day. So we've developed what we call mastering the daily routine, and it's setting up the right systems in place as a step-by-step checklist of how to make an agent successful. Because we know in today's market, it's really all about leads, and there's no limitless amount of leads out there. It's just about how to go about getting them and how to go about cultivating those leads. Other team environments thrive off of, pay-per-click leads. So Zillow leads and Trulia and Realtor.com, those types of leads, where we teach our agents how to use 4 pillars of income to really generate leads and look at 4 different avenues, which help stabilize their business so that they can hit 24 transactions a year or more. And our goal is for every agent that joins our firm to make $100,000 a year minimum. in order to move forward.
And we know that the average agent doesn't. So
No.
tell us about this innovation you've got to get people to help feel the experiential part of being a part of the team, and while you're assessing whether or not they'd be a good fit. I know you've got an event coming up. Tell us about it.
We do. So on December 9th, we're hosting a strategic planning meeting and vision board preparation to help our agents see what they can accomplish and where they can go and help build that dream. I'm a personal product of that philosophy. I knew back in 2014 that I wanted to be a coach. And so I wrote it down, I dreamed it big, and here I am today with one of the top leading real estate companies or coaching companies across the nation and even the world, helping agents all over the country make money and build teams. And so it was finally came to a point where I'm helping all these other people build teams. It's time for me to start building my team.
Isn't
And
that
so
it?
we launched back in May and said, okay, we're going to do it. We built all the foundations. We're in a prime location. So we're right at Baybrook Mall on the south side of town. We're in the Houston Bay area. So we service the coast. And so we've started putting the processes into place. And so what we're going to do next Friday is show them how we did that. Our goal is to elevate agents to become team leaders. So we want to bring people into our firm that we can teach the basics of running a real estate business so that they can step out and build bigger teams on their own to create a secondary income for themselves. And so we want to show, we're inviting people in to come and see how that works and how to build that platform by building a strategic plan, what your life looks like now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 3 and 5 years from now, and how we can support their goals on what they want to achieve long term. Because who wants to be a real estate agent forever, right? We want to build other avenues in order to create wealth in our businesses. And so that's what our event is going to be for
Okay.
next Friday.
So the name of the company is?
Texas Finest Real Estate Group,
And you are located in?
Houston, Texas.
In-
We are in Friendswood as our official location, but we're
Okay.
right at Bay Area and Interstate 45. So
Okay, there you go. And I know there's limited seating. I know that you're limiting the number of people so that you can make it a full experience.
we have space for about between 30 and 45 in our office. And so we want to invite people into our office to see how we operate, what our atmosphere looks like. And we only have 9 seats left on our team. So we're going to operate a very small team. But we have big momentum and big plans for our team this year. So we want to be able to take a small group. We already have a nice small group of agents. So we have a total of 18 seats in our house, and we're half full. So we're looking for 9 more individuals that are looking to achieve great things in 2023, that feel like they're coachable and trainable and want to elevate to another level in this industry.
And Kara, tell us about the time. Is it an all-day thing? Is it a half-a-day thing?
No, we've got a half-a-day thing. It's going to have lunch provided. So it's from 11 to 3. And just going to be a great collaboration of what people want to do.
Okay, so what's the best way to contact you?
So our office phone number is 832-736-4393.
Okay, and
I reach us by going to texasfinest.house is our website.
texasfinest.house.
We're
Okay.
unique.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, and then if somebody wanted to email you, what would be your best email address?
Info at texasfinest.house.
That's really spectacular, because it really gives, if you're watching this and you're thinking about building a team, why not show your value? You know, we can't teach value, we can only demonstrate it. And by giving and setting this up so that somebody actually has a focused time and they can see what they don't know, they can see what they've never done by filling out a strategic plan and the vision board. Kara, how do you, I mean, I know that they're bringing in supplies so we don't have to bring our own crayons, correct?
Right.
And so tell me how that's worked for you in the past.
It keeps it in your face, right? It gives you something to focus on so that you can continue to stay motivated at that 6 months, at that 12 months, and keep your focus and attention.
Well, in our
those goals.
Yeah, I was just going to say in our previous interview, sorry to step on you, we talked about uh, what happens when it actually comes to pass.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what happens in your head when you see that manifestation that
Oh,
you
it's
created?
mind blowing. You know, we'll sit down with somebody and say, hey, tell us what your dream is, not where you think maybe you can get to, but tell us what that big dream is, what's your goal. And then we put those steps in place. You know, all of the systems and processes that we have are really teaching our agents how to eat that elephant, right? You know, you look at it, be overwhelmed and leave. But what is nice is when they take those steps and they follow that, even as crazy as they think you might be for telling them that they can do that, at the end of 12 months, when they're sitting there in that Mercedes or they're buying their first, you know, big nice house on the water, and it's just mind blowing for them, you know, and it creates in them that personal development to keep going.
Well, this is an exciting thing that you're doing, and not just for the purposes of building your team and developing your team, but literally anybody that shows up there, even if they're not a good fit, realizes that the systems that you have are really golden. And you're not even talking about all the systems, the invitations to role play calls, the invitations to interact with people from other parts of the country. It's almost unlimited, and I'm sure you have a whole value proposition built out. But if you're watching this, December the 9th, it's a Friday, and it starts at noon with a free lunch. Come on now. And even you don't even have to bring your own crayons. They've got everything all set up for you. So again, I want to thank you, Kara and Jamie, for sharing this outstanding opportunity to help other people figure out the best ways to recruit or attract agents to their team so they can have life by design and not by default. I'm Terry Murphy. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to make sure everybody contacts you, and this will also be available on our podcast system at realtytimes.com.